Can we go looking for surprises? Or must surprises come out of the blue? Pause and jot your thoughts and reasons in your journal. Surprises from a text are either a shocking twist or a sudden realization of insight. Twists are when an unexpected action or event occurs. Usually, the monster jumps out of hiding, or are plot driven, as in when we missed the foreshadowed clues.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
We have a new enemy. The young rebel who destroyed the Death Star. I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
How is that possible?
Search your feelings, Lord Vader. You will know it to be true.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
A sudden realization of insight is when a surprise happens in a nonfiction or fictional text where a person, character, or situation is thought about in a new and unforeseen way. Some realization surprises include President Washington is a school dropout. The outsider's ponyboy can think sensitively, but then speak rudely. Cherry saw the same thing in Dallas. That was why she was afraid to see him, afraid of loving him. I knew what she meant all right, but she also meant she wouldn't go see Johnny because he had killed Bob. That's okay, I said sharply. It wasn't Johnny's fault. Bob was a booze hound, and Cherry went for boys who were bound for trouble. I wouldn't want you to see him. You're a traitor to your own kind and not loyal to us. Do you think your spying for us makes up for the fact that you're sitting there in a Corvette while my brother drops out of school to get a job? Don't you ever feel sorry for us? Don't you ever try to give us handouts and then feel high and mighty about it? And a situation, the soldier who disagrees with defense policy.
These new long-range precision guns can eliminate 1,000 hostiles a minute. The satellites can read a terrorist's DNA before he steps outside his spider hole. We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
We can't afford to wait that long.
Who's we?
After New York, I convinced the World Security Council we needed a quantum surge in threat analysis. For once, we're way ahead of the curve.
By holding a gun to everyone on Earth and calling it protection.
You know, I read those SSR files. Greatest Generation? You guys did some nasty stuff.
Yeah. We compromised. Sometimes in ways that made us not sleep so well. But we did it so that people could be free. This isn't freedom. This is fear.
I believe that surprises should come out of the blue and be looked for. We all gasp at moments we don't see coming.
Oh my God. I'm back. I'm home. All the time. We finally really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up!
We can also be on the lookout for surprises. More on that in a moment. For news, we can be surprised by the actions of others or events in our world. For textbooks, we can be open to new ways of thinking about the world. In fiction, we can be surprised by the actions of characters or the events of the story.
You come early. The signs have not aligned yet.
Then you can stop all that, you old fake!
You sold.
I found the hole! You dare to spy on me! I want the truth!
You're my son.
We do this by holding the following question as we read. What will surprise me in the text? Turning to our mentor text, I will offer what part of Journey to the Center of the Earth I was looking at to find a surprise. Harry's reluctance to be on his Uncle Hardwig's dangerous adventure. At every turn, Harry is looking for a way to call off the quest. I felt like the lamb led to the slaughter. In a few moments, however, my thoughts were far away, back in my German home, with Gretchen and the old cook. What would I have given for one of my cousin's smiles, for one of the ancient domestics' omelets, and for my own feather bed? If the kindly heavens would only remain densely clouded for 6 more days, we should have to put off our voyage of discovery for another year, when certainly there would be 1 person fewer in the party. I already had sufficient of the mad and monstrous enterprise. My silence was taken for consent, and still we continued to go down. And I suppose there is no further progress to be made, I hopefully exclaimed. Besides, if the ascending path was more arduous and painful to clamber, I have one source of secret consolation and delight. It was to all appearance taking us back to the surface of the earth. That of itself was hopeful. And finally, in chapter 18, The Wrong Road, when the party has hit a dead end and is almost out of water, Harry narrates, "But there was one consolation. Defeat at the outset would probably upset the whole journey. But in chapter 20, Water, Where Is It?, the party finds water." The professor. "Well then, let this water run. It will, of course, naturally follow in our track, and will serve to guide and refresh us." "I think the idea a good one," I cried in reply, "and with this rivulet as a companion, there is no further reason why we should not succeed in our marvelous project." "Ah, my boy," said the professor, laughing, "after all, you are coming round. More than that, I am now confident of ultimate success." What surprises me is what finally helps Harry to commit to the journey. It is the comfort of knowing life-giving water will be plentiful for the trip. I was surprised that the fulfillment of such a simple necessity, water, could finally change Harry's apprehensive outlook to an adventurous mindset. By picking a pre-read question that I've held since the beginning of the novel, I opened my mind to the surprisingly simple answer Vern creates. Congratulations! You are now thoughtfully reading for surprises. Now, not only will unexpected twists shock and delight us, but we can actively read for sudden realizations and insights. Join us next week when we think aloud about theme. Till then, interact with your text as an active reader.